Hey guys, it's Silverman Wags here with Dirt Killer Pressure Washers. Today what we're going to be doing is talking about plumbing, alright? First and foremost, we get tons of questions on a regular basis that say, how do I plumb my unit from my tank to my pressure washer? Can I do this? Can I do that? Well, let's start with one thing, keep it simple. On a pretty regular basis, we see lovely contraptions like this that do nothing but cavitate your pressure washer. Why do we say that? See all these different bells and whistles, the 100 different valves I got in here, all the crosses, all the teeth, all the fittings. Every single one of these can introduce air pockets, introduce basically areas of frustration and trouble when it comes to diagnosis, and more importantly, they can actually damage your pump. So setting this thing completely aside because it is garbage at this point, let's talk about what your plumbing should look like. First and foremost, you want to have one line running to your pressure washer and nothing else. Unless you have a cam lock on the end, that's all this line should be used for. And why do I say that? Well, you want this to be a direct line from your tank to the pressure washer with no interruptions. Every tee that you put in, every single branch that you put in is going to cause a problem somewhere down the road. For example, let's say you tee off and have two pressure washers pulling from the same thing. The bigger pressure washer is going to pull more fluid than the other one, which means that in some capacity, they're going to be fighting each other and you're going to get an air pocket introduced. By contrast, have one line from the tank to the pressure washer, that problem solves itself entirely. Now let's talk about what we like to see as far as plumbing goes. A single bulkhead fitting should be used to basically connect a nipple and a ball valve. Now to start with, the reason we like seeing everything plumbed this way, this ball valve that we specifically use is a union style, meaning this entire thing can actually separate. Really good for diagnostic purposes, also really good for easy maintenance on the plumbing system itself. So there's your foundation. Additionally, as a ball valve, you can turn the fluid on and off from the closest point back to the tank. What should be your next step? Well, ideally, you're going to use another nipple, as well as some sort of strainer assembly. I'm partial to Banjo fittings. One, their strainers seem to be a little more durable. The fittings themselves, again, tend to be a little more durable, as well as just basically have a little bit higher quality than some of the other brands. But really anything that you use here is going to be fine. Another advantage to these Banjo ones, because they have this additional outlet down here, this makes for a really good part of the assembly to actually tie in for a winterization, putting an air nipple there and blowing through. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Let's really focus on the rest of our assembly. From here on out, you basically want it to be as clean as possible with one additional hose barb going straight to your machine. I'd recommend some sort of line that can't kink, is non-collapsing, and really clean and simple goes straight to your pressure washer itself. If you look at any of our installed trailers, basically this is going to be a clean short line and go straight from this assembly right here over to wherever you're at. If needed on occasion, you can introduce some 45s or even a single 90 there if it's absolutely required to cleanly go up to your unit itself. That's not going to be as detrimental if it's 1 inch as opposed to all these other fittings that I had down there doing something different. But the point is, you're going to have one very clean assembly, one line of hose, ideally as short as possible, fixed with two sorts of hose clamps or pinch clamps, and then going to the single barb inlet on your pressure washer itself. Under these circumstances, you make everything easy for yourself as far as diagnostic properties. It's going to last the longest as far as that assembly goes because everything you've just chosen is quality. More importantly, this will keep your unit clean cut, concise, and the plumbing will be basically straightforward from here on out. If you follow that pattern in all of your systems, you shouldn't have any problems, and basically after that, all you have to do is really assemble it. So, this is, again, emphasizing what we like to see as far as plumbing goes. These components are actually available on dirtkiller.com under the 98 supply line 1 inch category. Basically, this is everything you need to plumb a 1 inch line to your high pressure pump. This also has the exact same assembly available with different components for a 3/4 inch line, also available on dirtkiller.com. We'd love to hear your feedback in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's kill some dirt.
Dirt Killer. Let's kill some dirt.